Hi everyone and welcome back to the Girlhood Project. I'm Zoe.
And I'm Kira.
And this is your safe space to unpack all things in your 20s, have real life conversations around growth, mindset, girlhood, all the things. So thank you so much for joining us. We have re-recorded this 50 times because we just have some chaotic energy in here today.
And it has nothing to do with this iced coffee.
Nothing to do with the coffee at all.
No.
But people keep telling me that Mercury's in the microwave or the Gatorade again. So I'm not really an astrology girl. I don't know what that means. But every time someone says that, something's up. Something's happening.
That's fair enough. I'll just be like, man, I've just had the craziest week. Like, this happened.
Yeah.
And then, I'll hear the Mercury's in Gatorade. And I'm like... Something's up.
Something's up, but it's not my fault because it's the planets.
That's right. It's not my fault. So I'm just getting a nice coffee.
Yes,
and
let's get some delicious melted ice, but not as crispy this week.
Subscribe for ASMR.
But anyway, thank you so much for being here yet again. Let's go into, sorry, like I said, our brain is a little bit scrambled, so
You know what? We're here.
Yeah, we're here.
We're
the energy's
chatting.
Crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? We can use that to our advantage, I feel like, because we got some things to say.
We do. So, Kira, let me know how your week has been.
I mean, it's been pretty good, actually. Had some wins in the gym, which was really fun. You know, it's just good. You're just going through the motions and then you'll be like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then you go and you're like, actually, you know what? I just did that. Hell yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yep. Sometimes it's bigger in our head too.
Yes.
So you pushing
100%.
through that and going and loving it. Like, I love that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, no, it's been good. It's like I'm starting to, you know, like keep up with my like current like fitness schedule at the minute, and that mixed with like social plans and work is very full on. But I think it's to a good level where I can kind of check in with myself and be like, yeah, this is a lot, like down on paper, but am I having fun? Am I getting enough sleep? Am I still eating properly? Like that kind of stuff. And then if I'm really burnt out and I don't want to do it anymore, I'll just sit down and look at my schedule and just come up with something new. Like, it's not that serious.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm having fun. I'm happy. And also just started like week or two, I've been taking creatine, which is really fun. I know that it's really good for you. And yeah, I've been talking with my nutritionist about it. Shout out Riley Deck Coaching. And yeah, I've started it also in my luteal phase. So we're just really with the body positivity right now. But you know what? We've showed up. I always have a good time doing my workouts during the week and doing the podcast with you. So this is, just your reminder to just keep going through the motions. Life is going to come through in phases, and even if you're not feeling your best, like, you're showing up. So
I love that.
That's my mindset of the week.
That's beautiful. And how are you feeling on the creatine? Do you feel any different?
Like, honestly, I'm just kind of proud that I'm drinking a lot of water. Like, you know,
hydrated queen.
Oh, like I can always drink more water. Like, I know, but like I've come so far, and yeah, I think it's, you know, it always takes like a few weeks to kind of adjust. Like, I'm not an expert on this, but you know, I've heard it takes a few weeks to adjust. So I'm just going, keep your head down, get into a good schedule, get into a good habit. And I haven't missed a single day. Had it with like a full water bottle, having multiple bottles of water, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a personal achievement for me. So this is something that I'm keeping as a, yay, good for you.
I'm so proud of
and
you.
now I've said it on the podcast. So, hey everyone, I'm drinking more water now. So
yes. She needs a sticker.
She needs a sticker,
She needs a sticker.
Thank you. How are you going, girl?
There's also something really special about a girl on a fitness journey in winter, showing up, smashing
Thank
it.
you.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank
I'm
you so much. Thank you. Like, sometimes don't feel safe, like, going into the gym in, like, sports bra, booty shorts, and you're just like, why am I here? I don't look like this, or like, I'm not feeling myself. But you know what? We're showing up, and like, everyone around me is going to forget about me in an hour when I'm out of the gym. So it actually doesn't matter.
Yeah. And Kira quote, you used to always say that things that are in motion stay in motion.
Yes, that's right. Like, it's so hard to like stop your schedule and then get back into it. So like, ever since, you know, like, I went away a couple of weeks ago, then I was sick a couple of weeks ago, like, it just slowly trailing things in. Like, I'm fully in the motions now. So I'm like, hey, even if I'm not feeling super great, like at this current stage, like at this week, like it doesn't matter because I'm still going to keep doing my schedule, because then in the weeks that I am feeling amazing, like it's going to be easy or easier, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Easier than the start. So that's a
Yes.
good reminder to people that might be at the start of something and go,
Yes.
how am I going to keep doing this? How are other people doing it? It gets easier.
Yes, 100%. Anyway, I have done enough yapping. Zoe, what's been going on?
I got sick.
Yeah. Oh, aren't we all?
I know.
Holy dooly, what's
but
going around?
I never get sick. I pride myself on being the girl that doesn't get sick, and
Yeah.
I haven't been sick in like a year and a half. So avoided
That's
it this
pretty
long.
good.
Yeah, it's been ages.
Damn.
So then it hit me, and then life has been lifing this week. Like I
Ooh.
got sick. I was just kind of having like a mentally sort of like flat week again, like just feeling a little, and that maybe because I was sick and had no energy, probably related. But
That's fair.
yeah, I just didn't feel good. And then I got a call from my real estate saying, we are not going to re-sign your lease, even though our conversations the last 6 months have been about re-signing your lease. So life happens, things happen when you rent. So I got that call. And then, I was just sick, unwell. And then the next day, like I went to the doctors and they were like, yeah, you might need knee surgery. This might not heal on its own, this little tear of yours that you've been ignoring for years. And then I leave the doctors and walk out and Dan's like, the car's not starting. And you know when things just keep happening one after another that you actually start laughing? Because you're like,
yes.
how is this?
You're laughing as you're crying.
Yes, because
Yeah.
you're like, are you
Like,
joking?
are you serious?
Are you serious?
Like, are we on a sitcom right now?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
where's the cameras? Where's the people about to jump out of the bush and go, no, I'm just joking. Here's
Jokes.
the smoothie.
Here's a limo and a smoothie.
Yeah, exactly. So that was really crazy. So anyway, it's fine. We are looking for a rental at the moment, and then and I feel like too the universe does this sometimes, where it's like you can spiral about something and go like, I really wanted something to go this way, or I really wanted to stay in this environment, and I'm really upset that things have changed. But I like to also believe, like, let yourself feel it, but I feel like things happen for a reason. And then we have a vacancy in the same building, and we went, and then the lady was like, no one else is interested. I could probably just process your application, like if the owner's happy. Yeah.
Oh,
Which is
that's good.
crazy.
I'm getting all of these updates for the first time, by the way. I was like, before we started recording, I was
Yeah.
like, Zoe, how's your week been? And she's like, let me save it for the pod.
Let me tell you.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
that's
So we
really
went to the
good.
inspection, no one else was there. And when we
Yeah.
were looking at rentals a year ago, there was like 50 people there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I remember you guys going through
Yeah.
that, and like everywhere you went, even if the house or the apartment or whatever wasn't that good, there was so many people because
Yes.
the market's just absolutely cooked.
Exactly. So we
Yeah.
were like, we are not ready to leave this place yet. And I felt a bit sad about it because I'm someone that loves change. I'm like, yep, new area, new place, whatever. But this time I was like, I walk to the beach every day. I actually love it here. It's so good for my nervous system. Like I've got community here. I've got friends that
Yeah.
are a walk away. Like I don't feel ready to leave yet. And this place is like probably the same size, but also has a full rooftop. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
rooftop recording.
Yes.
One day, stop it.
I know.
Oh my god.
So we don't have it yet, but you know when you're like, we totally have it. So we're like,
Yeah.
beer garden. We could
You're
make it
like
like
that, like
yes,
really close.
Yeah. So we're like,
Oh.
we could, put plants out there. We could do lighting, like get an outdoor table, actually have room to
little
have people
barbecue.
over, a
And
barbecue.
then, oh,
So we'll see.
that's really.
We don't
good.
know.
Yeah, I mean, whatever happens.
Whatever
will
happens
happen.
is meant to be.
Girl, I'm rooting for you.
But yeah, and even like we are starting solids because I have a 5-month-old in 2 days.
Yes. Oh,
Crazy.
stop it. No,
So-
she's a baby.
I know,
She's
just
a little
born,
baby.
just
she's,
born.
She's a newborn. She is.
But we like start solids in the next month. And I was kind of like looking at our carpet going, I hate that we live, like we have carpet everywhere because we're going to have like mashed avocado here. And like, it's just going to be crazy. So this place has like vinyl sort of wooden style floors. And I'm like, this is crazy that this has all just happened within 24 hours, but we've
Dude.
applied. We'll see what happens. Keep you updated. But that's kind of where my brain's at because we were like getting ready to re-sign and now we're like, we have to be out in 8 weeks. And,
Yeah.
as a mum that has only just started back at work, only a few hours a week of like admin work, you know, it's not the best time to be like looking for a place. But I think, you know, it's whatever's meant to happen will happen, and I think it's going to work out. So
Yay.
anyway.
Oh, that's super exciting. And like, that is just so incredibly stressful. But I love that you're going like, okay, this has happened. Like, what's next? What do we do about it? Like,
Yeah.
I absolutely admire that so much about you. Like, that is one of your absolute best qualities, that you're like, yep, this sucks. I'm going to feel it. And, you know, acknowledge that feeling, but then, hey, guess what? Let's go. Like what's next? And I absolutely agree. It's like, you know, even for your last place, when you were looking around for like this place that you have currently, you were like, I don't think there's anything, like, I don't know. And then this place came along, and like, you know, I don't live there with you, but
Wish you did.
I know. Stop it. but you know, like, it just seems so you, and you're just so happy there.
Yeah.
And you know, you wouldn't have predicted that when you were at your other place. And then I feel like with this, it's like, even though these situations happen and that's so unfortunate, but this opportunity has come up, and hey, if it works out, great. But if not, like you're the type of person that's always going to find a way, and that it will always end up working out, you know, not saying like, oh, like you're just going to snap your fingers and then a perfect place will come up, because that might take time. But like I know that you're the type of person, you won't stop fighting until you have gotten what you want. And I think that's such a strong quality to have as a young person, a young woman, a young mum. Like, it's such an important quality. So
Thank you so
I admire you
much.
so much.
I appreciate that, because I feel like you need to feel it. Like, I had a bit of a mental breakdown.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was
girl.
like, I'm not on any income. Like, we're in a housing crisis. Like, this is not ideal. But like, I let myself feel it. But I think with so many things in life, I'm like, what can I control and what can't I control? I can control that I'm going to inspections, I'm applying for places, I'm spending time on it, but I can't control the outcome. So I can only do what's in my control. And I think like externalizing it and looking at it like, what can I control right now? What can I not? And that's helped me a lot with like my anxiety over the years, and not hyper fixating on something that's out of my control. Like, it's like if you go to a job interview and you really want it, it's like, well, it's done now. It's, you know, it's out of your control. Yeah. So it's like just letting go, I think, with things. And but anyway, that was a long intro.
No, I literally love that. Like, if you've done the best that you can, then that's all you can do.
Yeah.
And actually, like my dad says that a lot. It's like
Eric quote.
Shout out Eric. But yeah, it's like what's in your control? What can you control? What
magic carpet. If you're on video, you'll get it. Sorry to interrupt.
Go check out YouTube. We're on YouTube. So like, if something isn't in your control, it's like, you know, it's still valid to have thoughts and feelings about that. But like you can't do anything about it. Like, if you go in, to like a job interview and you do the best that you can, it's done now. It's out of your control. But yeah, no, my dad tells me that a lot, and that just reminded me. Hi, Mum and Dad.
Aww.
Love you guys.
It's so helpful, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, what an intro.
Yes, sorry guys.
I don't know really how to segue this, but we are going to be talking about relationships today. And in particular, it's something that's kind of been on my mind and on my heart lately, and I'm sure it is the same for Zoe as well. But it's talking about like, when you're in a relationship, or if you want to get into a relationship, how do you keep your independence and keep like yourself as a priority while still catering to the needs of your partner and being like a team player? And like, in saying that, it's, you know, it could be about like your fitness goals, or if you have like career goals or personal goals. Like, I think that like, in particular, it's fitness for me. You know, how do you balance that and have that time to focus on what you want and go and get what you want, but still, you know, give time to your partner and support them for the stuff that they want to do? And how do you recognize when you need time together, when you need time apart? Like, we're not experts on any of these things.
We're just girls.
We're literally just girls. But yeah, it's just kind of been something that I've been thinking about lately. And yeah, we just kind of wanted to jump on the pod and talk about our experiences, you know, so far, and what we're dealing with now, and maybe even what our kind of like ideal future looks like. So yeah.
I love that.
So to kind of wind it back all the way to the start, so Zoe, in your either like current relationship or in your past relationships, or like whenever it happened, was there like a defining moment for you when you started like your fitness journey, or if you had any like career goals or something where you went, oh, I really want to do this thing for myself. How do I approach this with my partner? Have you ever had that before?
Yeah, I think it also, at the end of the day, comes down to alignment. Like, if you're not aligned on that, like, they don't have to get it, but if they're not, I guess, coming to the party and, like, wanting to support you in that thing, even if they don't understand it, I feel like that's such a mismatch that, yeah, I'm just so aware of that now. And I feel like I have been in that situation before where I've had very different goals to my partner, and I think even in terms of like my fitness journey back then, because this is going back before I started it but wanted to, and I was like in that stop start for a little bit,
that like key
yes,
phase of life.
Yeah, and I was just in this relationship where it was like I wanted to start moving my body a bit more. Like I wanted to have less takeaway. I wanted to like get up and go for walks and actually like spend proper time together, I think, where like we are working on a goal together, and it didn't even need to always be together, but I think like, you know, a relationship can be a point of being in your comfort zone, and that's a beautiful thing, and I think like that is amazing. But I think if it gets to a point where it's like you're too comfortable and you're not actually branching out and doing the things that, you know, make you happy, or you're trying to keep peace with the other person and go, well, I know they'll want to sleep in, like they don't get it, they don't want to get up with me, they have no interest in working on their health, like that makes it really hard when you're not aligned, especially when you're sharing the same household and you're like, I want to eat better, but your partner's like bringing home McDonald's every day. Like it just gets really difficult because it makes you feel like it's a lot harder doing it alone, and you still can do it alone, but if your partner's not supporting you in that, or they're maybe in that space, like for me, for example, being in that situation made me realize what I wanted, and that was that I needed a partner that was growth orientated. I needed someone that was willing to look at their habits and go, actually, this doesn't make me feel good, you know, and actually create the change with me and like go on the walks with me. Like I couldn't be in a state of like, they're going to stay home and sleep in every single morning and I'm going to get up and go to the gym, and we're just completely have different goals. And that's okay if you do. And there's seasons where like, you know, one of you might not be working out at all and have so much on your plate and the other one will. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, is there a mismatch in you being aligned on your goals? And if they're not, you know, into the same thing, are they going to support you in that thing? And what does that look like for your dynamic? Like, I think that was a very broad way of putting it, but yeah.
No, I love that. Like, I couldn't agree more. Like, I think that, you know, even if you're in, like different stages of life or do have different goals, like specifically, then I do think it's really important to like support one another with that. And, you know, I'm such a big believer in like your partner should make you want to be a better person. Like, like, you know, I don't know about anybody else, but like in particular for me, I do this in my brain. I'm not saying that I'm the perfect girlfriend or whatever, like at all, but something that I'm really trying to focus on is like, what can I be doing better? And not in like a self-critical way, but kind of just like, I want to be the best version of myself for my partner, you know, like, and obviously there's some like days and weeks and just sometimes months, like when you're going through a hard stage of life and, you know, you do kind of feel like you're in a slump, or maybe like let's talk about like fitness. Like if you are in that stage of like, oh, I haven't started, but I want to start, like that is such a big like toll on you mentally. And I think that by constantly wanting to be the best version of yourself for your partner, like if you come to it with that kind of attitude, then your partner should be identifying that and going like, wow, like I'm so, you know, motivated by you wanting to be better for me. I want to be better for you. And like you're both kind of putting each other up. Like, and you know, I know that in life, like it is very like different, like life is messy and life has phases, and you know, there's no answer to like, oh, I'll just do this to support you. Like you have to work that out kind of together. But like Yeah, I agree. Like, it's so important to go, hey, this is a priority that I want to start doing because I want to feel better or look better or whatever. And, you know, I do want to be better for my partner, but I'm doing it for myself as well, which I think is really important.
Yeah. And I think, like, for me, the biggest thing that where the passion for this comes from is like wanting to preserve my identity outside of being a partner, outside of being a mum, outside of just, you know, maintaining one thing. And you can't do it all. I think there's like expectations on women that we do.
Yeah.
That's not possible. Like, something will get left behind at the end of the day. Like, you can't do it all. But for me, it's like, well, how can I preserve my identity? And if you're not going to support me to do that, or if you're not, like, you know, you don't have that growth mindset of I also want to be better, or I also want to work on these things, because I am someone that's like very growth orientated, goes for goals, like loves striving towards things. I'm not someone that can just float in life and just stay the same for years and years and not actually, like, I don't know, that's just not how my brain works. Like, I want to be working towards something, and if I'm not in that space of like being surrounded by people who are, and even your friends, or, you know, the people that you're around, if I'm not around people that are like, I also feel the same, I'm also working on this, or I'm doing this, or I'm trying this new thing, like, I really struggle, I think, being in that space of being stagnant and being the same. And for me, I'm like, well, you know, we've all had that friend that cuts you off when they get into a relationship. And for me, like, I wanted to be the person that saw their friends and prioritize their friendships, because that is a part of me. Like, I'm not just going to cut off my hobbies and friends for a relationship. And as someone who worked, you know, in the DV space, that is completely different. Just putting that out there, like, if it's like a power imbalance, or like, you know, because that can happen where people get cut off from their partner, like, for all of their supports. But I'm more speaking about, like, in terms of an equal relationship. I just wanted to clarify that.
Yeah, of course.
That if you are someone that's like, oh my gosh, this person's my world, or you have like that codependent relationship where you actually don't exist outside of them. If they leave or you break up, who's going to be there to carry you? And, you know, I haven't really mentioned this, but I am a social worker. So, like, something that I used as an analogy with clients in the past is, if you have a shipping container on a ship, and you have many shipping containers, and every container represents an aspect of yourself. So that's like your hobbies, your friends, your family support, your community, you love to break dance, like all of these aspects of you, your partner is on that as well, right? If your partner falls off into the water, see you, mate. Are you going to crumble as well? Is that your only container on the ship, or do you actually have other containers on that ship? And basically, like, it's just an analogy about resiliency. Because if you don't stock up your ship to have multiple different things that you prioritize, because you deserve that. You don't deserve to just be a partner in life. Like, you deserve more than that. If you just have your partner on that ship, like, you literally will have nothing else. And that's kind of about resiliency, and it's about building up your support networks. It's about building up your identity and having other things in place for yourself. Because if it's just around Stephen, for example, like, yes, Stephen, you're going to have nothing else. Like, and, you know, that's not to shame anyone, but I think it's just to put it into an analogy of, like, prioritizing those other aspects of yourself, because at the end of the day, like, I love my partner to bits, but, you know, I want to maintain my friendships as well. And that takes time and effort and, you know, showing up and seeing you on a Friday, like, you know, whatever it is, it's like, yeah, I think that's so important to me. And where this really ties into it for me is like preserving my identity, still being me outside of Stephen.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, listen to that, Stephen. Actually,
maybe Stephen can be our refer to guy for any sort of...
That is my uncle's name. This does not include Uncle Steve. Too. Oh, we love you, Uncle Steve.
We love you, Uncle Stevens, but not you.
But Stephen. But yeah, no, I absolutely agree with what you're saying, and I think that's such a good like metaphor as well. It's like, yeah, if there's only one shipping container, when you come into port, you're not going to get any money for that. But if you have those multiple containers, you're still going to get stock from that. I feel
Yes.
like I'm going too far into the analogy.
Yeah.
But I love that. And
Sorry, I feel like I explained it badly, but
no, I disagree. I think that you explained it beautifully.
thank you. I've been out of the game for a bit, guys.
No, drop a comment if you think that Zoe is amazing.
Thanks, guys. 0 comments.
No, so I will go and comment. But yeah, so like, no, I absolutely agree with that. Because yeah, it's like your identity and what do you like? The magic carpet ride.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, what do you like doing outside? I can just hear you laughing. You're so funny.
Sorry, continue.
No, you're so valid. You and your magic carpet have space.
Thank
okay?
you. Yeah.
That's okay. But yeah, it's about like having identity and also like what do you enjoy? Like, what do you want to do? Like, you know, I'm super fortunate that like my current partner, he like fully supports me being independent. Like, you know, I'm saying that like it's a revolutionary thing. Everyone deserves that.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I get to go, like, hey babe, sorry, can't hang out this weekend. I'm with my friends. And he's like, yeah, no worries. I'll see you on this day. And, you know, like at the minute, so we're kind of like medium distance, like not long distance at all, because that's like super hard. And we still get to see each other on our weekends usually, which I absolutely love. And it's so good. But that means that, you know, even though like we miss each other like crazy, we can still do our own things. And, you know, even if I do have to take a weekend because I want to do something, you know, with my friends or my family needs me or anything like that, like, yeah, it's a bummer that we don't see each other. And obviously, like, you know, the more that I can see my partner, the better. But we both aren't dependent on each other. We raise each other up, and it's amazing when we're together. And the things that he can do, like, on his own with his goals,
Yes.
is just astounding. Like, that high rocks that he just did, like, blows my mind.
Incredible.
And I didn't do that with him. Like, maybe one day, but that was his, and that was his thing, and I wanted to support him in that. And the same thing with my fitness stuff that I'm doing at the minute, and for work, like, he supports me in that, and we're in different phases right now. And, you know, I feel like you're always going to be in like a different, almost like I'll say phase, but as in you guys are always going to be doing your own separate things.
Yeah. And
if you're not, like I hope that this is kind of like a wake-up call. Like, I'm not saying you've got to, you know, ditch your partner and go out and you know, like, never see each other or anything like that. But, like, and obviously it's different for every relationship. But if you don't have anything to do, like, with your partner that, like, makes you feel great afterwards, is, like, helping your health, like, mentally or physically, and something that you enjoy doing by yourself, like what do you want to do, you know? So yeah, I think it's important to still have that space where you can, you know, make your own goals and have your partner support you in that, but also, you know, and have the space to do that by yourself. But also when you're together, what do you do? So yeah.
Yes. And something that I was looking for in a partner before I met Dan was making sure that I was with someone who had hobbies and friends.
Yes.
And had a life outside of me. Because obviously, like, you build a life together and that's amazing, but you're also like, I don't really believe in the whole we're each other's halves or we're each other's other half, because it's like, no, I'm my whole person. And maybe I'm really stubborn and maybe I'm just, but I really just feel so strongly that, like, we are our whole own people. And I think women for generations have been put into a place where they are picking up after everyone else.
Yes.
And
say it louder for the people in the back.
And that they don't matter. Their needs don't matter. Their interests don't matter. But actually, like, for me, even, like, you know, Dan having his own interests or whatever, like, he plays drums, he rides a bike, like, he's got mates that he sees, like, that to me is the most important thing, because it's like, I can't be with someone who's like wanting to be with me every second and doesn't have their own life outside of seeing me. And that might sound really harsh, but that came from a place of, like, being in situations where maybe it was like that, or I didn't, you know, I learnt the lesson around, like, what I need. And I think that is the point of us having relationships, especially in our 20s. It's working out what we want, what we don't want. And for me, it's like, well, I want to have my own time with friends. I want to have my own alone time and downtime. And, you know, I'm a mum as well. So it's like you balance so much. Make sure that you're with someone who supports you to do your... sorry.
Go, you're fine. I love this. Yeah.
Make sure that you are with someone who supports you to do
Yeah.
the things that you want to do, but also like sees you and acknowledges your needs. Like
Yeah.
these are basic important things, right? And I think that we've actually pedestaled them for so long.
Yes.
And been like, oh, but he's amazing because, you know, he lets me do this, or like, you know, I
Yeah.
can still, and it's like, yeah, bare minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's stop glorifying these things because they're normal for one. Sorry, am I in a mood today?
No, I literally love that. Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, just to jump in, that totally reminds me of like when my boyfriend and I first started dating. Then we were going to like an event together, and so you know, I was gonna wear a dress, he was gonna wear a suit, and he was on the phone with me, and he was chatting, about like what we're wearing, and he was like, what color is your dress? And I was like, oh, it's this like emerald green color. And he went, cool, I'm going to buy a matching tie. And I was like, oh.
I remember
I was like, oh,
that.
okay. Yeah. And then also on the phone as well, we were just chatting. I don't know if it was the same conversation. It was ages ago, but it stands out to me so much. Because he went, oh, are you a gold jewelry girl or a silver jewelry girl? Oh, you're gold.
Yeah.
And I was like, how did you know that? And he's like, babe, this is bare minimum. And like, I like, you know, it wasn't as a thing of like, oh my gosh, good job, but I was genuinely stunned. I was like, nobody's ever like said that to me, or like just even recognized that or noticed. And yeah, like it was kind of funny. He was kind of like, babe, like it's me using my eyes. Like this isn't anything special. And it kind of made me go like, oh, like the bar is this low, like it's so low,
And we've normalized that.
and we've normalized it.
Yep.
Seriously.
Yep.
And
girls are being
like,
proposed to with gold
Yeah.
jewelry when they wear silver. Like
Yes.
it's bigger than it seems. Like I think these
Yeah.
things over centuries seem very, very small, but then
but
they add up.
It's
like,
the underlying message. It's not the
Yes.
fact that you got me the wrong color jewelry. It's the fact that you see me like every day or every week or whatever, and you're supposed to notice me. You're meant to be the person that sees me, and if you can't even get that right, that's crazy.
Yes.
Like anyway, so my boyfriend
Tangent.
passes the test, but like
Yes.
but yeah, so just going back to something that you said before, about, you know, just kind of like letting things slide under the radar, and yeah, we don't keep our men accountable as a society, and I'm loving that I'm seeing more on TikTok, especially the voice of the people, how like girls are holding their men accountable, and they're not letting, you know, boys come into their life that aren't like treating them as they should. You know, that's the majority of what I'm seeing, at least on my feed. And I know that the world is a messy place and there's not going to be that for everybody, but I am really loving that as a society we've got like this like girl boss, like, yeah, you know what, I worked hard for this, I deserve this. Like something that sticks out to me is Gone Girl. I love Gone Girl. The movie, the book, oh my gosh, it's so good. And it's a pretty famous like monologue. It's the cool girl monologue in the movie. And if you haven't seen it or you haven't read it, pretty much the main character, like without giving away any spoilers, she's just kind of talking about there's this like almost like facade that every woman kind of takes when they get into a relationship. And I feel like I might mince this, but like this is my interpretation. And she talks about how every like girl kind of turns into this cool girl version where it's like they're with their boyfriend and their boyfriend will go out and, you know, like being very specific, she doesn't get this specific in the movie, but like, you know, the boys will go out and then, you know, he'll ignore your calls and he'll be out with the boys and won't update you, but you have to be chill about that because you're the cool girl. You're the cool girlfriend who doesn't even care about what your boyfriend's doing because he can do whatever he wants. Or, you know, like you kind of let things slide under the radar because you're trying to be the cool girl. You're trying to be the chill girl who doesn't worry about anything, and she's not insecure, and she knows that her boyfriend loves her, so she doesn't have to keep him accountable for anything. And we're doing this for the male gaze. we're doing this because if we think that we are not the cool girl, we're not the chill girl, then our men will turn around and say, I don't want you. You're not lovable. You don't deserve this, which is just absolutely ridiculous. And I feel like, you know, even me saying this, I get this all the time. And, you know, because I love my relationship so much and it's serving me and it makes me feel amazing. And then there's always that little worm in my brain that's planted by society that's going, if something bothers you, don't bring it up, because then, no, you have to be the chill girl. You have to be cool. Otherwise, deal with it, because otherwise he's going to reject you and he's not going to love you and you're never going to find love again. Like very dramatic, but like you just get those thoughts. And then, you know, I'll have that worm in my brain and then I'll get in my head about it. And then my boyfriend, because he's so good, will, you know, like come to me and be like, hey, like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And then I'll try and be the chill girl and I'll go, no, I'm fine. And he's like, no, you're not. Let's talk about it. And then we talk about it. And he's like, why would you think that? Like, of course you're lovable. Like, you deserve so much love and I love you. And that's crazy to have that thought. And, you know, I'm so lucky that I've got that. But I think that cool girl monologue, like, it just sits in my brain because as a society, as women, we are so afraid to be unloved that we're willing to put ourselves on the line. It is crazy.
Yes. That was so
Thanks.
well
Sorry
articulated.
for the tangent. It sits so close to my heart, seriously.
No, that's so true though, isn't it? And I think like, yeah, there's that expectation on even girls like early 20s and like teenagers, whatever, that are in relationships. It's like that expectation is so heavy that it happens so quick that, you know, people just end up in these relationships where they're not seen. And they can't have those conversations because they don't feel important enough or they're not being valued. And I see this so much because, again, my brain has changed so much since becoming a mum that I see that with mums. I see like, and again, we talk about the mental load a lot that women carry.
Yes.
You know, I saw something the other day that a friend sent me about this dad who was speaking about like, you know, I don't understand why my wife resents me because I do the laundry. Like, you know, I'm a dad, like, I have my kids, I look after them, like, you know, I work, I do all these things. And then it was like, he was reflecting on it after he'd spoken to his partner, communicated, and then was like, but actually, after I spoke to her, he was like, no, I do, you know, do the kids' lunches and help them with appointments and whatever, but only once she tells me what doctor they go to and what time it is and where the lunch boxes are kept.
I'm getting violent. Stop it.
I'm getting mad thinking about it because it's so true. And it's like, but he's helping, but it's like, but do you have to coach him through every single step? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm helping.
Yeah.
No.
And then you know what happens? The men ask all the questions and then the women get so frustrated and they go, fine, I'll do it myself. And the men are like, but I tried.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Yeah. Get back in the kitchen. Like, oh my gosh.
Yes, but it's like, it's not, or you're doing the task together, which I'm sorry, when you're carrying so much, that is not taking a task off you.
Yes.
That is literally, let's do it together. No, I'm doing everything else.
Yeah, literally. Like, if you want to do something together, then you've got to share the workload and then we'll make this a thing together.
Yes, or if you're carrying the whole mental list of things and it's like, can you just do this one thing? I'm feeling overwhelmed. And then it's like, oh, but how do I do it? And where does that thing? And like, and even like in that post just changed my mind so much because it's like, it's not that he's wrong. It's not that she's wrong, but it's like, it's a mismatch, right? In perspective. It's like, oh no, but I'm doing enough. But it's like, no. This is why we have these conversations. Yes. This is why we're self-critical. Yeah. This is why we reflect because you're thinking if you keep it the same forever and ever. And I always use this analogy around you're a goldfish in your little fish bowl, right? Yeah. If your little fishy self are swimming with your 3 other little fishies in your little fishy bowl, sorry, but you're a sounding board for each other. Yeah. You are just the same little fishies. That is why it is your responsibility to do the work and to actually think about the thoughts that you're repeating to yourself over and over. Think about the responsibility that holds to the close people in your life, to your partner.
Yeah.
That is your responsibility to not be that little fishy that thinks the same little fishy things and blows the same little 3 little fishy bubbles. But do you know what I mean? Because it's like, no, you're actually, your perception is that because you've done nothing else to correct it, to be aware of it. And if you think about like, you know, even the thoughts that you had growing up as a child, like your thoughts around like money, maybe it's your money mindset and you grew up like not having much, or maybe you grew up like, you know, in an abusive household and you saw your dad abuse your mum. Sorry to get deep here. And you're carrying that through, right? But it's like, it is your responsibility to address that. And it's never victim blaming, and it's never saying that like, you know, like, because sometimes that's trauma, right? Like that's dealing with that, and that is huge, and that is not a light thing. But it's like, if you're, you know, it's like, for example, men's violence, it's like you're changing the cycle by doing the work, going to therapy, learning how to respect women. Otherwise you're repeating the cycle, and then your kids are affected by that, and that is your responsibility to break that cycle. And I'm sorry to get so deep and passionate,
but it's so important.
It's a cycle, and it impacts things. And then you have someone going, oh, but I'm trying my best, and you know, like, but
like, are you? Yeah.
Or is that just the same perception you've had forever and you've done nothing to change that?
Yeah.
You know?
Literally.
So anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's so valid, because like everyone's different. Everyone's circumstances are different, but like if you are actively harming other people around you and you are getting these messages from like your partner who's going, you're not helping me, I need this help, I need you to do this, you need to step up, you need to help me because like this is crumbling, and you have the time, the money, the resources, whatever, and you don't do that, like what are you doing? And like if you are, you know, if you have a partner, like this goes for men or women, like if you have a partner that is not providing you with what you need and what you could live for the rest of your life, like something has to change. It's, you have that hard conversation with them and you go, I need this from you, or this is not going to work, and then you talk and you negotiate and then you figure it out, or goodbye, we're not compatible. And like it's so harsh like to say that, but also like girls, boys, listen up. My biggest fear is that I end up with, like for me, a man one day, and I am stuck in a marriage and I've got kids and the man does nothing, and I'm carrying the mental load, the physical load, like I'm doing everything and my partner's not there for me. And because I have that long-term thought in mind, with my current boyfriend now, I was so drawn to him because I don't see that, and I know he's not going to do that because he's not that type of person.
Yes.
And like, you know, things change, but like I can say with 100% certainty, I can see myself marrying this man. You know what I mean? Like,
clip this at the wedding.
Oh, we'll see. But you know, like, if I get into this relationship now, like I've got no plans anytime soon to have kids, get married. I would love to do that one day, and I'm so excited for it with, you know, the right person. But if I get into a relationship and I cannot see myself marrying this person, and I can't see them, you know, making lunches for my kids while I'm sick in bed one day, or we can make lunches together, or we can share the workload, or whatever, like, you know, if I'm, you know, in labor one day and I can't envision him rubbing my back and telling me I've got this, I don't want him by my side, and I don't want to be the chill girl. I want to be a strong woman who has a strong man by her side that will support each other with whatever I want to do, and I want to be the best version of myself that's complete without him either way.
Wow.
That's what I want.
I love that.
Thank you.
If you're listening to this, like, don't be afraid to be that firm and passionate in what you want, because like one day you will be, you know, in that situation. And even for me, like I gave birth 5 months ago, and I had the most beautiful experience of like my partner being there every second in labor, like literally doing all the things that I couldn't do after birth, bringing me every single meal, bringing me water, like doing so many different things for me, making me feel so loved, showing up for me. And like, you know, that is something that, like, I know it seems really far away maybe or whatever, but it's like, it's worth thinking futuristically and going, what is that going to look like in 30, 40 years? And it's okay to not fully know what you want yet, like, especially, you know, being younger or like not having much experience in that. But I think for me, I've learnt in life that sometimes knowing what you don't want is stronger than knowing what you do want, and identifying that. And, you know, it's not always going to be easy. You know, in the beginning phases too, like, people can, you know, show a different side of themselves after, you know, they stop putting on a front or they get comfortable or whatever. But I think, like, if I could give anyone advice, it's like, be firm on what you don't want. If you don't know what it is that you do want, like, know that, like Kira said, I don't want to be in the future giving birth and not being supported, or, you know, carrying the mental load of the household forever, and, like, not having a partner that, like, cannot listen to your needs and communicate with you and go, oh my God, you're telling me that you feel like this. What can we do together to counteract that? Like, you're telling me you're burnt out. You need X, Y, Z. How can we make that happen today, in the next week? Like, you know, and feeling need, feeling heard, feeling supported, that is so important, because, yeah, especially as you get older and your brain develops, it's like you realize that this is the rest of your life.
Yeah. And
this
that's
is
a
the
long
person
time.
you see the most. Like, you know, so I think, like, us getting passionate about it, being aware of, like, what women have gone through for so long, I think, like, yeah, it's really important to see those patterns and to know, actually, that's what I want or that's not what I want, and just, yeah, getting clear on that, even if it's just one thing, you know, that you don't want.
That's such like an interesting point as well, that, like, I just thought of based on what you said. Like I feel like this is kind of the first like stage in our history where women have the freedom to choose who they want. Like, women, I mean, you know, there's some parts of the world that don't, and, like, it's so sad, but, like, at least for us, you know, here in Australia right now, you know, women can go and have their financial freedom, and, like, I can completely support myself, and I can choose the man that I want to be with. And, you know, the women generations before us, like some of them probably can't do that, and they, you know, went into a marriage that wasn't great for them, or, like, they didn't have a choice. And, you know, like, I know that the world isn't perfect now, and that still happens, and it's really sad, but, like, at least for me now, like, coming from this privileged position where we are, where we can do this, I think it's such an empowering thing to go, I am, like, not the first, which is a great thing to say, but one of the first, you know, in my generation, able to choose whatever man I want. And if he doesn't fit my standard and makes me feel empowered, then I don't have to, like I don't have to choose him. I don't need him.
Yeah.
And, you know, like it's just such an empowering thing, because yeah, like, something else as well that is, yeah, like, kind of based on that, which I think is really important to keep in mind, whether you're, you know, going into a relationship, or you want to be in one day, or you are in one now. Whatever behavior you, like, let slide under the rug, you're compliant with that. Like, if something bothers you, and if you don't speak up on it, you're letting it slide, and that could spiral into something else, like, you know, down the line. So, you know, going back to, like, the scenario where, you know, you're in a house with kids, you're married, and your partner isn't doing anything. Like, if, say, now you're dating, and or, like, you're living together and your partner's not doing chores, or you want to make dinner together but your partner isn't helping you, doesn't help you cook, doesn't help you clean, doesn't ask if you need help, and just, like, sits there on their phone, or, you know, something like that. If you go, oh, like am I being dramatic? Oh, like, he hasn't asked me for help and I really need help with this. No, it's okay. Like, it's fine. He's probably just tired. But it happens, like, every time.
And are you tired too?
Yeah, are you tired too? Like, and yeah, like, I'm using a man as an example because that's, like, what's relevant to me.
Steven.
But, like, yeah, bloody Steven. So, but you know, like, this goes for, like, either gender. But, like, if your partner isn't helping you and it's bothering you, and you don't say something when you're, you know, 10 years down the line, and you've got a house and kids to worry about, and you've allowed that behavior to happen, then like of course it's going to be upsetting with you down the line. And that being said, it's not your responsibility 100% to correct that behavior from your partner, but if you don't say something, then how will they know it's a problem? Like, you know, and hopefully you're not stuck with the type of person that isn't self-aware enough to go, oh, I should be helping because my partner looks stressed, or that seems like a lot. Let me go ask my partner if they're okay. Like, hopefully you're with a mature enough man to say that, man or woman. And but like, yeah, if you don't speak up about what's bothering you, you're being the chill girl. You're being the cool girl. I don't want to be the cool girl.
That's not your role.
I want
you don't
help
deserve
in the house.
that.
Exactly. It's not your responsibility. And sorry, just still on a tangent.
Keep going,
this
girl.
is so relevant. But like, I literally saw a TikTok like this morning. A peer-reviewed journal article, and
in the library.
That's right, in the library. I should go visit the library. Anyway,
let's go together.
I haven't been in so long. I would actually love to. Okay. I love going to the library. But yeah, it was pretty much saying, like, this might be a little bit off topic, but it was talking about how, like, let's say like men's bathrooms and women's bathrooms, taking like a little girl into...
I've seen these.
Yeah. How good. Taking a little girl into a woman's like bathroom space is like safe and it's automatically okay. But it's not if you take your child to the men's bathroom. And also, like, that TikTok kind of talked about how like spaces for women automatically include children as well, but spaces for men don't typically. Which there's nothing wrong with, you know, having a space that's friendly for women and children. Like, that's so fine. But you don't see typically like, oh, here's a men's hangout spot, like, plus it's child friendly. Like, you don't see that. The responsibility is automatically placed on the woman everywhere in public. And then, of course, that goes into your home life as well. Like, it's automatically...
It's assumed.
It's automatically assumed. It's like, you know, like women who like carry their children, like get pregnant, you know, like of course they'd have that connection with their child because like they grew their child. But like parents too, typically too, like that means that the father is also responsible for this child.
Yes.
So why can't the mother go and do stuff without her child? Is
and
this relevant
dads,
to you?
yes.
Yeah, because
dads, you are not helping the mum out or babysitting
it's your kid
by taking your child.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? And there's that, but I took her for you so you could do this. Sorry, that is your child.
That's your child.
That is your child. This
Yeah.
is an agreement, you know, like there's two of us in this.
Yeah.
And anyway,
Yeah,
I've been
girls
on
in your 20s.
passionate rants today.
Yeah, girls in your 20s, like this is for you. Like we get
Yes.
angry, we get passionate.
Yeah, for you.
because, yeah, for you. Because like we're in this generation now where we do have TikTok and we do have podcasts and we can give our opinions and go, hey girls, keep this in mind because when we were younger, we didn't. And look where we ended
Yes,
up,
and I want to
you know?
say as well, for any like teenagers, younger girls listening, like I remember me, you know, 16, 17, whatever, and I, as you do developmentally at that time, like I had pretty low self-esteem. So I didn't know what I deserved. I didn't know. And like, I just want you to know, if you're younger and listening to this, you deserve so much. You deserve to be seen, to be loved, to be heard, to be supported, and that's actually the bare minimum. So like I want to remind you of that, even if you can't see it right now. Like, please do the work to recognize your worth, you know, even if it's in small pieces, even if it's like a compliment here and there in the mirror, and just recognizing the beauty that you have, the person that you are. And even for me, like I reached a point where I didn't like the person that I became. And, you know, it's not to say that it's easy, but I had to become someone that I respected and loved, you know, and that's not easy, but I think it can be empowering to hear that you can create those parts of yourself to love, even if you don't see anything right now. Because I think, you know, us all being teenagers, being sat in a room, what's one thing you like about yourself? I remember being so emotional hearing that question as a teenager and being like, Nothing.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you.
Could not tell you.
And I wish that I knew back then. It gets better. You work out who you
Yeah.
are. You go through the hardships. You learn. Like,
Yeah.
So
like
anyway.
you're not stuck in a box anymore.
Yes.
Like, yeah, because like I feel like
Of comparison.
slight tangent. Yeah, like as a teenager, like especially in like school, like you grow up in a box, but then now like something that I'm experiencing, as I'm sure that you are as well, like in your 20s, like we can branch out and do whatever we want. Like the cage is open, and it's like, oh, like I've got the whole world now, and there's nothing that's boxing me in, and it's such a surreal journey. And like as I've been moving through my 20s so far, then like I'm so aware of it. I'm just like, oh, like I can be whoever I want to be. Okay, who do I want to be? And anyway, that goes back into
How empowering is that, though?
Yeah, seriously, that goes back into our talk about like visualization and manifestation for like your fitness goals, let's say. So go watch that episode.
Yeah.
But you know, it's like, if you can have the chance to be whoever you want to be and do whatever you want to do, and like if you're listening to this podcast, then you know, hopefully you're interested in like self-growth and self-love and learning about all of these topics. Like you want to be a better person, or you just know us and you're listening to us. Hi.
Thanks.
But you know, like going back to our topic, it's like if you're doing all of this work on yourself and like the world is at your feet, then it is so worth it to wait until you feel like confident in yourself and you know your self-worth. Because then if a man, you know, comes and gives you this much love and this much self-worth, if you have no base to go from, you're going to go, oh my gosh, wow, like I can be loved and I do feel loved, and wow, I'm so fulfilled. But if you do all of that work, that becomes this big, massive, you know, like self-love thing that you've got going on.
Yes.
And then if a man doesn't reach that standard, you're like, well, I can do better myself, so why would I want to be with you? But then like it sucks to wait, and I've waited like quite a long time for like the right partner who like I have now, and you know, we'll see what happens, but I'm really, really happy because my partner is giving me the love that I deserve and the love that I expect, because I've done that work on myself. And that's not a crazy thing to say. Like, I don't care if it's selfish. I deserve to be loved this amount. You know what I mean? And if you're not hitting that standard, I don't owe you anything. I owe myself, because I'm working so hard on my life, and you're not going to mess that up for me, you know?
Oh, I'm so proud of you, for one. You amaze me. Is there any other thoughts you want to leave everyone with before we conclude this episode?
Ooh, I think just final thoughts would be, even if you feel like you're being picky, don't rush into anything, and don't lower your standards because it's what you think will make you more liked, and you think that you'll fit in better to society or in your partner's eyes. Like, I think that it's super important to take a step back, figure out what you want with your life. And if you don't have that figured out completely, that's so fine, because I don't yet. But I do know that I want to prioritize my physical health, my mental health, my kindness, my mindfulness. I want to be the best version of myself. And if my partner can't support me in that, and if I can't support him in what he's doing, then it's not going to work out. So be patient, talk to your partner, or if you have a crush on someone, go talk to them.
Yes.
And just, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, you move on, because you're strong, independent, and you are you.
You're amazing.
Thanks.
I
What are
love
your
that.
final thoughts?
My final thought is loving yourself is hot.
Yes.
And having your own life outside of your partner is hot. So
Yeah.
make sure you always prioritize yourself, the things you want to do, your goals, and never hold back from that to make yourself small. Take up space.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
So anyway, thanks so much for listening. Sorry, that was like, it was chaotic. And then
Yes,
there was like 30 side tangents, but
Yeah.
that's who we are.
We've
And
probably got to cut this so many times, because
Yeah.
we've just been laughing.
we
It's
had a
just been
few
fun.
giggles.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Feel
Yes.
free to rate us 5 stars on Spotify.
Please, it helps us out so much.
Yes.
And then also as well, like, if you're feeling brave enough, drop some topics in the comments, whether you're on Spotify or YouTube or like Instagram, whatever, because we have so many things to talk about that we're really, really excited for.
Yeah.
But also, like, we want to hear if there's anything that's on your mind, anything that you want advice on, or something that you just want to like listen to a rant about. Like, we want this podcast to feel like you're on FaceTime with us, right? So if there's anything that you want to hear, let us know.
Yes, I'll put up a question box too. So feel free to find that on Instagram. Follow us as well if you're interested.
Please.
But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and we'll catch you in the next one.